And Boyder was one of the guys that were running it.
Yep.
So we got to know him a little bit, right? And he would speak in, like, the first time we met him, he goes, "Oh, you guys are from Belleville, eh?" And this leads me to my next thing. First thing he says is, "Little Texas."
The legendary spot.
So that's where I was going to say that earlier, but now I had a story leading up to it. So did you must have went to Little Texas a couple of times, eh?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. We went there. The cool thing is my first year, there was a rule. So if you beat the coaches, it doesn't even matter. The old school's changed anyways. The new school is a joke now anyways. But if you beat the coaches to the bar, they had to buy, if they walked in and all the boys were there, they had to walk in. Yeah, whatever. And they had to buy all the boys beers.
That's awesome.
Right? And if we walked in and coach was there, you had to buy them and their crew beers and get out. Like, just go up to,
Okay.
yeah, and get out of there. So there was no, like, you're partying and drinking with the coaches and stuff like that. And none of that stuff happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a code. You walked in and, oh, they're here. Okay. And if they were late and they seen us in there, they were choked because they had to buck up.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah. So we definitely had some, one night I got so hammered at Little Texas. It's a dead true story that, I couldn't physically put my gear on the next day for practice. So the boys were like, "Dog, just go home." And Nick Policelli was the captain at the time. He's like, "Just go home." And one of the boys flew me home, and we'll just try to hide you, But the boys were super solid. Like, obviously Jimmy knew I wasn't there, and they didn't. I think he caught wind from somebody else. I know it wasn't the fellas, but the following day I went, to practice, and the guy's like, "Hey, dog, Jimmy wants to see you in the office." And I'm terrified. I'm a rookie. I missed practice, like, a month into the season. And when I walked in, I'm like, "Hey, coach, you wanted to see me?" And I'm just sweating because I'm, like, waiting for the worst case scenario here. And he goes, "Are you over the Little Texas flu?" And dude, I started howling. I smiled. I said, "Yes, sir. It never happened again." And he's like, "Get out of my office." And that was that. So it was pretty cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah. My dad doesn't even know that story because he'd legitimately be choked to know that I did that. Yeah.